That's never going to work.
My joy rises like a phoenix. You are silent, but you now alarm me. Now I must continue my search. Farewell, everyone.
You know, I'm kind of glad I missed out on that one, boss. Sometimes it's nice to just be along for the ride.
There's nothing more to say to him.
Horatio Null built version 5. I am Mittschnitte. I have been watching you. I am always watching. I know what you are doing. I know why you are here. You are welcome in my city, but that welcome can be taken away. And there are worse things to lose than a power core.
Wait.
Don't know what you've been up to, Tyro, but you're poking at the wrong socket.
I'll bear that in mind. They're much too quick to catch. I have nothing to say. There's no time.
Warte, wir haben ja schon das eine oder andere Mal so
I
dumm.
appreciate your faith in me, boss, but it's not like I can fly up there and nudge it down.
Warum nicht?
I can't reach it from here.
I appreciate your...
Was ist denn mit dem, was da so blau leuchtet?
Das ist ein Keypad. Hast du die Kombination? Ich hab sie nicht.
You know, boss, it's kind of nice having our path barred by something other than a closed door for once. Someone around here's got to know something about how to get that bridge to go down, boss.
Ich hab die Kombination.
Wo würde ich die denn herkriegen? Von Dingens?
You can go straight to Bram and talk to him. Instead, you won't be able to ask him about the bridge, but he has useful info for you anyway. Und dann ist der nächste Step in der Lösung, dass du den Code eingibst. Ah, nee. Talk to the robot. His name is Primer. Pay close attention to what he has to say. Ja, doch mit Primer. Er hat Hinweise über den Bridge Code.
Okay. Aber er hat mir gesagt, ich kann nicht mit Primer sprechen. Er will nicht mit Primer sprechen. Lol.
I have nothing to say to him. I have nothing to say to him. Primer.
Musst du vielleicht erst den anderen Roboter vor der Halle lösen?
Und wie mache ich das?
Du musst zum Infokiosk gehen und machst einen Printout.
Den Printout habe ich schon.
Den Printout gibst du den Roboter an der Tür.
Okay. Oh, natürlich. Natürlich.
I guess.
Look here. Under Metropol's refuge rule, a newcomer to the city is not liable for any superficial property damage caused within the first 48 hours of his arriving in the city.
Well, sir, I'll be crashed. I shot that building pretty good.
Are you sure?
Think so.
There's nothing more to say. This must be where 187th Legion build tried shooting the door, but the damage is entirely superficial.
Amateurs.
Wahrscheinlich hat ihm das noch gefehlt. Das ist natürlich die Frage, kann ich ihm das so erzählen?
I inspected the damage. All you did was ding the metal.
Well, for once, I can't complain about the besotting pea-shooters they gave me. I owe you one, sir. If I ever see you again, I'll be sure to repay the favor. Someday, that's going to work.
It's a keycard scanner. Courthouse closed until further notice, pursuant to Civil Ordinance Section 889-B1C.
Kannst du jetzt mit Primer sprechen?
Ruhig Blut, ruhig Blut. Wir haben hier keine Screen-Skip-Funktion. Das heißt, das dauert noch etwa 2,5 Monate, bis ich da bin.
I have nothing to say to him.
Nö.
Primer.
Dann ist die Frage, was uns fehlt oder was wir vorher noch machen müssen. Inspect the bridge, das hast du gemacht, ne?
Here we go again.
Wie
Oder
lautet...
wir haben noch versucht, Crispin mit dem Keypad zu benutzen.
Ja, wie lautet denn die Kombination?
137.
Let's go. Are these heads?
Did you hear something? Boss, do you see those things? I've got a bad feeling about this, boss.
Crispin, on the count of 3. 1.
I am Clarity Arbiter built. Version 2. Law Clerk to Arbiter, Judge of Metropole. This is my home. Now, if you will excuse me a moment.
That's barbaric.
Civilization is defined by law, and this is lawful. As enemies of the city, they forfeited their components. I have merely exercised my right of plunder.
That sounds familiar.
Whether it's legal or not, it's grotesque.
You have a strange way of saying thank you.
Thank you. I'm Horatio Nobuild, version 5.
And I'm Crispin Horatio Build, version 1.
Welcome, Horatio. Crispin, what brings you to the Underworks?
What were those things?
They are shells. Robots who traded their processors and memory to Metromind in exchange for energy and repairs. Now mindless, they still scavenge parts to trade with her.
Those were the last of them, right?
Hardly. Metromind now has more efficient ways to accumulate processor power, but she left hundreds of shells in the Underworks.
Is there any way to save them?
That question is irrelevant. They lived profligate lives, and when they had squandered their resources, chose to become thieves and destroyers. Punishment, not clemency, is what justice requires.
Why are you taking their heads?
I am giving fair warning.
To other shells?
No, they lack the capacity for fear. The heads are for a robot named Scraper Sternweiler built.
You really think a bunch of rusty boxes will scare him off?
No, I do not want to scare him. I want to warn him. When he ignores that warning, I can destroy him lawfully and without guilt.
Boss, she's kind of exciting my electrons.
You said you were a law clerk. What does that mean?
My sister Charity and I were built to advise Arbiter Manbuilt, who administers Metropol's court. Charity sees everything through the lens of mercy. For me, the law is clear, a matter of ones and zeros, unclouded by preference or sentiment.
Law without mercy, huh? How does that even work?
Perfectly. It is the opposite approach that fails. Mercy is malware. Once infected with it, justice becomes slow and unpredictable. In time, the system itself must be discarded. Only my vigilance protected Arbiter from this taint, but he has been without me for a long time.
I'd like to report a theft. My power core was stolen by a big robot.
Big claws, shoots lasers, talks like this.
He came aboard the crashed ship I was living in, attacked me, and stole the core.
Took it.
Excuse me?
Whether the taking was a theft is a legal determination. Please do not characterize the evidence.
It was my power core. He shot me, and he stole it.
I know the robot you describe. His name is Scraper Sternweiler built, and he is the servant of Metromind Manbuilt, a member of the council that governs this city. I have no fondness for Metromind, but I must be impartial in considering your claim. Tell me, did Scraper say anything before he took your power core?
Before he stole my power core, he said something like, enemy, forfeit, plunder.
I see.
What, are those words override commands to turn off law and order?
They are legal concepts, Horatio. If Scraper's characterization is correct, then he did not steal your power core. He took lawful possession of it.
He shot me, and he stole it.
Calm down, boss.
This occurred inside the city.
No, in the dunes.
I see. In a crashed airship.
Yes, I said that already.
I appreciate your report, Horatio Nullbuilt. You have presented a credible claim that Scraper Sternweiler built, no doubt acting at Metromind's direction, took your power core. Beyond that, however, there is not even probable cause to arrest, let alone evidence to convict Scraper. First, the dunes are outside the ordinary jurisdiction of metropolitan law. Second, a crashed ship in the dunes is likely a relic of the War of the Four Cities. If so, your ship was forfeit enemy property, legally subject to plunder by the Council. Scraper, acting as an agent of a council member, would be within his rights to seize it. Nevertheless, I would advise you to bring your case before Arbiter for further examination.
Did you say Arbiter man-built? As in, built by man himself?
Yes.
Does man still walk here? In Metropole?
No.
But man was here in the past.
The public records regarding humans were deleted by council decree. What I know is entirely hearsay. I was built after the Urbanians murdered them during the war.
Impossible.
That is what Arbiter told me, and it was told to him by Metromind. Beyond that, I cannot say.
Did Arbiter tell you anything else about man?
Only that he missed their legal arguments. Quite amusing, if often illogical.
Legal arguments?
Yes. To play a symbolic role in their justice system, humans argued cases before Arbiter.
Symbolic? Play a role? Man is the all-builder, our lord and master.
It is possible that the man you worship is not the humans in my records. All I know is hearsay. Do not rush to judgment.
How can I see Arbiter?
Anyone can petition him. Cases are considered in the order they are brought to court. But
What?
I met a scavenger who told me that the courthouse was sealed and that Arbiter was no longer hearing cases. but that cannot be true. The Metropolitan Constitution requires him to resolve all cases and controversies. He would not fail in that duty.
Sounds like he already has.
Nonsense. Not even charity could persuade him to abandon his obligations. Still, I did not detect any falsehood, evasion, or omission in the scavenger's statement, so perhaps the courthouse has been locked for some other reason. If so, it may be that Arbiter is trying to contact me, but cannot. Maybe he is already calling me home. Horatio, I have a request of you. You are under no obligation to perform it, and I will be under no obligation to you, even if you do. Do you understand?
I don't even know what you're asking me to do.
Talk to Arbiter. Ask him if I can return. Tell him that I await his summons.
That's it? Believe me, we've had to do a lot worse than that. Like this one time we chased this crazy partial named Gamma.
Of course we'll help. But how do we even get into the courthouse?
This will get you inside.
Thanks.
I must thank you, Horatio.
Clarity, you saved our lives. Compared to that, running an errand is nothing.
The law obligated me to save you, Horatio. I would have done the same for Metromind, but I am glad it was you that I saved. I wish you justice.
Und jetzt laufen wir den ganzen Weg wieder zurück. Hurra!
Ganz entspannte Laufpassagen. Vor und zurück, vor und zurück.
Very funny, boss. Ram and Rom. What is that thing?
I think it's Arbiter. Come on. Arbiter, my name is Horatio Nobuilt.
Keep going.
I'm here because a robot from this city stole my ship's power core.
Don't forget your book.
And my copy of the Gospel of Man. How can I make them... How can I... Crispin, go see what Arbiter has been transmitting to that reporter.
Boss? It's just the same thing over and over again. No code base to initiate.
Unbelievable. Someone must have formatted Arbiter's system. I can't reach it.
So, boss, do you think you can get Arbiter running?
There's nothing there to run. No code base to initiate. His memory banks must have been completely wiped.
So all that work to get into the courthouse?
Wasted. It's like the bomblet all over again.
Except without the awesome explosion.
Anyone home?
Boss, I'm pretty sure hitting Arbiter isn't going to do any good.
Well, it's not going to do any harm. I can't reach it. It's a basic robot that prints whatever information is transmitted to it. So the Great Arbiter is nothing more than a broken shell. It's the shell of some kind of robot, but I can't make it out in the darkness.
Na, das macht doch nichts.
Let's get a closer look at that shell. Man's mercy.
Is that Clarity?
No, just a similar model. It must be her sister, Charity. What's left of her, anyway. It looks like she shot herself. There's nothing I can do for her.
Und jetzt laufen wir den ganzen Weg wieder zurück, weil warum nicht?
Clarity.
Arbiter does not want me back, does he?
No. It's not that. Arbiter is gone. And Charity is dead.
What?
Arbiter's system has been wiped. Charity... It looked like Charity shot herself. I'm sorry. It might not be what it seems. Maybe Metromind...
There are no maybes, Horatio. Only ones and zeros. And all I can see are zeros. My sister is dead. My builder is gone.
But don't you want to know what happened and why?
I don't know. Arbiter ordered me to leave. He has not ordered me to return. I will obey his order, and that will give me purpose.
That's ridiculous.
Boss, let's see if we can find something out for Clarity, huh?
It's been completely stripped of any useful parts.
Have you learned anything more?
No, I'm sorry. That's it? Go visit Arbiter? You're just going to let Metromind attack and rob me?
If Metromind violated the law, it must be proven. Until it is proven, what the law does not forbid, the law permits. And what the law permits, I must permit.
This is insane. Metromind is a tyrant and a thief. You'd let her hide behind the law?
You think that the law protects Metromind from you. The armor of the law does nothing but restrict her movement. Take it away and she will only become more dangerous. But once it is taken from her, it is taken from everyone. You need law's armor, Horatio, far more than you need its sword. I despise Metromind, but justice must be impartial, or it is meaningless.
Your justice is already meaningless. Why aren't you with Arbiter?
Arbiter sent me away. I don't know why. The evidence suggests he viewed my sister Charity's advice as superior.
What do you mean?
When Metromind began taking over the council, Charity and I disagreed as to how Arbiter should respond. I informed Arbiter that the Metropolitan Constitution permitted him to dissolve the council and govern by decree. Charity felt that this would inevitably lead to civil war and suffering. As ever, she preached moderation. We argued. Arbiter told me to leave. This was the only place I could go.
Why? There's an entire city up there.
Every building in Metropole is owned by either the council or a private citizen. If I went to the council, it would embarrass Arbiter. If I went to a private citizen, my impartiality would be questioned when I returned to the court one day. Here, I owe nothing to anyone.
But you have to fight off crazy robots all the time.
Actually, I enjoy that. It's a pleasant break from legal research and writing.
Goodbye.
Watch yourself, Horatio Nullbuilt. There are many dangers in this city. Have you learned?
No.
Nutzlos. Vielleicht kann ich ja mal wieder mit Bullshit Cop Legion Bild sprechen.
I have nothing.
Nein, ich kann nicht mit Bullshit Cop Legion Bild sprechen. Zu schade.
Goodbye. I don't have anything to say. You again? What do you want?
what?
You mentioned Metromind.
Yeah, sure. She's in charge of this big circuit board we call Metropole.
What can you tell me about her?
What do I look like? The information kiosk? I want to know what I think. Metromind is the best thing that ever happened in this place.
Was
Really?
hast du denn noch in der Intel?
Me, all these other machines grinding about. We're just tools in the toolbox. But Metromind, she's got the master plan. Progress. Got a nice ring to it, too.
So as part of the master plan, crashing buses into roads?
Look, there's plenty of rust to go around, but Metromind's the only one scrubbing. Not her fault that some of the metal's too far gone.
It looks to me like you're the one scrubbing, not Metromind.
Like I said, I'm just a tool in the box. Now, I gotta get back to work.
Ich hab den Record, die Dataport, die Disk, die Lantern, den Signal Transmitter, Crowbar, Plasma Torch, Fanbelt, Laws, Keycard und Plug. Hier irgendwo. Nö.
I can't read. It's a large puncture left by an exiting projectile.
That's one way to describe it. You could also say it's a giant hole in her head.
Inside is a memory access port.
You mean her brain?
Futile.
I don't really want to try that.
Okay, also ich muss mich irgendwie,
There's nothing I can.
irgendwie damit verbinden. Ich hab nur nicht... Ah, natürlich. Memory Reader. Natürlich. Dumm. Wenn ich mich nachher entscheiden sollte, die ganzen Laufstrecken rauszuschneiden, können wir froh sein, wenn das Video insgesamt noch 5 Minuten lang ist.
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look. A memory access device. I'll trade it for something real antique and fancy.
You wanted something antique and fancy. How about the silver disc?
A fine trade, Tyro. Here's the memory access device. Now, all you need to do is plug it into a data pouch.
But there's no plug.
Never said there was.
This is really starting to get annoying.
Natürlich ist der Kram, den er uns
That was
verkauft,
easy.
Müll. Weil, was sollte es auch sonst sein? Na. Dum. Num. Nim, ninum, 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 ninum.
The memory reader's useless until it's connected to my data pouch.
Even easier.
It's downloading some memory files.